How do you honestly feel about your penis? It's pretty. Us girls sure do love a pretty penis. I've been married 19 years. W2 kids. And I still hope it's big enough. It's at least passably functional. It's fine. Looking a little smaller than normal these days. But some sit-ups and a good trim, and we'll be back to normal. I'm completely content with it. It's not the biggest by any means. But my wife loves it. And it worked well. No complaints. Pretty good. I used to struggle with it when I was younger because I had an unrealistic expectation of what was normal thanks to porn and every other guy I knew lying about how big they were if it ever came up. Now, I have a much more positive view of myself overall. About the same as I feel about my bachelor's degree. Sure, I think it's better than not having one. But it doesn't really matter since I'm never going to get to use it. Do you not pee? Do you not whirl it around and make helicopter sounds to cheer yourself up? I learned there is 3 inches of penis hidden inside males. How do you think I felt when I learned I have more penis inside than out? If she asks for a pic, send an x-ray. It needs another growth spurt. Great college career. Now enjoys retirement with the occasional freelance work provided by my wife. Below average, but I think it looks sexy anyway. It took some time, but it eventually grew on me, and now I'm very attached to it. I couldn't go anywhere without it. Could be bigger. TBH, the only other penises I've seen are pornsters. So I have no idea if mine is big or small. Pornsters are ridiculously large almost all of the time. The average in the US is 5 to 1 while erect, and 90% of the population falls within a 1 in range of that. So 90% of men are between 2 to 6 to in with anything larger than 6 to immediately putting you well into the top 5% of people. Edit, I'm bad with numbers. I'm ashamed of the terrible things it makes me do. Oof, this one cut deep. We're inseparable. Has made so many poor decisions for me. Too small. Well, it's like they always say. There are big penises and small penises. But the penis that matters the most is happiness. Man, take it or leave it. Married, kids, etc. But completely incompatible sex drives. It's seen better times. It's an abusive relationship. He's kind of a dick. TBH. His neighbor is an asshole though. Some days it feels big, some days it feels small. Can relate. Some days I look at mine and wonder why it gets bigger or smaller from time to time. Temperature is a factor, I think. I'm from Canada, rip. We're cool. How about you and your vagina? Well, she's been malfunctioning a little bit lately because I cold turkeyed my birth control, but I'm taking measures to get back to normal. Thanks for asking, BBY. My best friend. Frenemy. My social anxiety convinced me my penis was small despite the evidence. Took me 30 years to overcome that fear. I've never had any complaints about it and have, in fact, on multiple occasions, been told that it is perfectly proportioned without being too big or too small with adequate girth. Boyfriend penis, I believe, is the term. Despite this, however, society has conditioned me to want an absolute knee slapper, and I will not be satisfied until I achieve this. It is a very nice pages. It's fun but annoying. Like a cat or puppy kinda. Sure, my puppy might be bigger than some others or smaller than a few, but it's my own. And though it can be really fun to play with it or even let others play with it, it can still make a mess when it's not supposed to, and will often appear and want attention when I'm busy and trying to focus on what I'm doing. Love mine. Was talking with my boys on Discord about our penises. It now the usual. Mentioned mine had a birthmark on it, and a friend said so you have like a watermark for dick pics. Have appreciated the uniqueness ever since. Too small and it's missing its friends. The story to that must be nuts. Porn always makes you feel like you have a small penis till you see the real statistics. I thought mine was pretty average till I saw real data. Then I realized it could be even considered large. Pretty much the perfect size to most girls, according studies. Maybe I'd like it thicker, but in general pretty satisfied. My ex pulled the small dick card on me, and 2 hours before I read this, I picked it out myself. Transgender? If so, this process of picking a penis has always left me with many questions, if you're open to them. His hair's a mess. His neighbor is nuts. And his best friend is a pussy. His neighbor's an asshole too. I like mine. In general. Looks pretty decent. Straight. No horrendous abnormalities. I'm a grower, not a shower, which I definitely change if I could. During the winter, and after a cup of coffee it basically looks like an acorn. But you have to live with what you have. I'm uncircumcised, and at first I felt weird when I found out it wasn't the norm in the US. Then when I got to college and had a lot more sexual experiences, I felt a lot better about it because I never had a girl complain about it. But I mean, honestly, it just looks like any regular penis when hard. Now, I'm actually glad my parents didn't have me circumcised, and I'm very happy with it. It's a small one, and TBH sometimes I self-conscious about it, but then I remember no female will ever see it. I think mine is very pretty indeed. I was blessed with a good size. I still need those words of encouragement, but I feel it's better than average. It has served me, and others, well. Little fella has been with me a long time. Always trying to help, while never actually helping. Like when I had a presentation I was stressed out, and he decided to stand up proud with me throughout my presentation. Or when some guy in the hall at school tried to fight, and he wanted to have my back. It does its job. Thanks for the memories, but have given up on relationships. I like mine. It gets the job done. I show it off when I can. It's about 4 inches, but it smells like a foot. I think it's kind of ugly. As far as I know, it's about average in size, at least. Erect. But between the wrinkles and the scraggly tufts of hair that I can't seem to ever get rid of. Not to mention the sweat and the fact that I really don't get to use it much. Sometimes I think I'd rather take a detachable prosthesis and donate the thing to Shrimply Pibbles. When I was in my 20s, a girl I dated told everyone at her hair salon that my penis was the biggest, most beautiful penis she'd ever seen. One might think that's an awesome thing to have happen, but if there's one thing a dude in his 20s does not need to hear, it's that. Absolutely ruined me. I was a cocky little shit and didn't have the best relationships for a while. Believing that the dong in your pants is God's gift to women has a tendency to set things off on the wrong foot. Fortunately, I figured out that leading relationships with your dick isn't the best approach, and I now have a healthy relationship with my wife and my penis. I'm a 2 on the Kinsey scale, so I'm all for penises in general, including mine. Sometimes when he tells me to call my ex, I beat him, so he leaves me alone for a while. It can be hard sometimes. I have a legitimate macro penis. It was pretty rough as a teenager and caused a lot of confidence issues. I avoided sports because I was too embarrassed to be seen in the showers. I didn't even try to get with girls because I didn't want anyone to see. I have come to terms with it since then. But you would be surprised how much it can hold you back when you don't just think it's small. You know it is. I feel like I might have body dysmorphia. TBH. I know, logically, that I have a larger than average sized penis, and that my current and past GFs have been satisfied with its size. However, society, media, and porn have led me to believe that it's still not big enough. I feel small and worry about being small despite any reassurances that other people, or even myself, might give me. It's just something I've learned to live with at this point. It's the one constant in my life. Except when I'm stressed or on a Daryl. Then the piece of shit wants to ghost me. I'm more interested in the butthole. It's okay size wise, but it's wrinkly and a little misshapen. I would feel extremely self-conscious showing it to anyone. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.